best time on the letters. The suitors aimed their Cupid's arrows for Roxanne's heart in an archery challenge. Browning won the battle,
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's part of my...
but lost the war when he refused to share his feelings with Roxanne.
I'm going to reserve the right to, if I want to have my privacy, I'm going to do that.
And she sent him home. Good morning, suitors. Another day, another adventure. But first, Roxanne would like to say hello.
Good morning, suitors. The letters I'm getting continue to intrigue me. I believe in soulmates. I'm a romantic at heart. There is somebody there for you for a lifetime, that you are meant to be together as souls and grow and evolve and be a team for the rest of your life together.
I think being honest, being genuine is what this show is all about. Actually trying to make a connection with somebody through what's in your heart, as opposed to what you can just make up as you go.
Yeah, do I think that she's revealing much more of herself? No, I don't think so. I think she's playing it fairly close to the vest, which is fine. She's still got a lot of options.
I wish you luck on your 5th field task. And remember, step lightly and you will be fine.
Betty Lou Brown has been a dance teacher for more than 25 years. She's going to show Roxanne and the suitors how to kick up their heels country style.
I so love dancing. It's like my favorite thing. And so I'm really excited for to do a little bit of dancing today, if that's okay. And I know you're going to teach the suitors too, so that's really cool.
You ready?
I'm ready.
5, 6, 7, go. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow. Quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick. Excellent. I think you could be teaching me instead of me teaching you.
Thanks so much, Betty Lou. I appreciate you being here. And you know what? Have fun with the suitors.
I will too. Thank you very much. You're
Thanks.
awesome.
Suitors, please give a very, very warm howdy to Betty Lou Brown.
Howdy!
You can do better than that.
Howdy!
One more time, better than that.
Howdy!
Wow, that works for you?
It works. I like it.
Guys, Betty Lou Brown is here because she's going to show you how to do the two-step. Because for today's field challenge, you're going to be letting go of those inhibitions through dance. Betty Lou, I think you've brought 2 experts with you, proteges of line dancing and two-step country style dancing, as it were. Did you want to call them in?
You bet. I'd love
Great.
to. All right, dancers, let's go. Come on out, please.
Wild and Whitman are back in the race for Roxanne. But is she ready for an encore?
It's exciting that this has caused that much emotion.
Awesome. Very eager to be back and see all the boys again, and you know, to present another side of myself that maybe Roxanne overlooked.
Now, guys, Betty Lou is going to walk you through the steps as well as give you a little lesson on how to do the two-step.
We were so happy to see Oscar, and of course Whitman, one of our favorites. Seeing him come back is always a pleasure as well.
So feet together. We're just going to go side-to-side motion, and it's 3 steps. All it goes is just slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick.
Slow, quick, 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 slow, quick, 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 slow.
For your field challenge today, you will be dancing the two-step with Betty Lou for 1 minute. Now, she'll be looking for great rhythm, she'll be looking for great style, but I think most of all, she'll be looking for someone who could have a lot of fun, who could loosen up and liven up and let go of those inhibitions. Someone who's got a lot of heart.
I'm doing it now. Yeah, here we go. I got it. Got it. Watch out.
It was a hard choice, I have to say, guys, because you're all absolutely fantastic, and it's been an honor to be able to dance with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys. And if I could choose you all, I would, obviously. But you rock.
I was so happy to win the award today. During that dance, I was able to show a little more lighter side of myself, a side that's a little more humorous.
I'm glad that Blake won. When I first met him, he's super refined and like reserved. You get one bottle of wine in him and he's a maniac. He's hilarious. He's probably the funniest guy here. It's just really understated. He's not, you know, a showboat like me.
She seems maybe a little bit taller than me.
It's kind of an awkward, kind of a difficult situation.
Roxanne, the winning suitor of today's two-stepping field challenge was William Blake. Blake, you can say hi to Roxanne.
Hello, Roxanne.
Hello, Blake.
Blake, it's your turn to ask Roxanne a question.
Excellent. Roxanne, I'm a very creative person. I like to create with my mind and put things on paper. I was wondering, what are your creative pursuits and what kind of things do you do to exercise your creative mind?
I really haven't had the opportunity a lot in my life up until recently to be creative. I dance. I love dancing, so I love to sing. And recently journaling and just writing out my thoughts, I think inspires creativity as well.
Roxanne, it's your turn to ask Blake your question.
Okay. I believe my purpose in life is to inspire truth, courage, and fun in people. I try to take that with me wherever I go. Do you have any idea of what your purpose is?
My purpose is to somehow live a life that is proud. And when I end up 85, 86 years old, in a wheelchair in some homeless shelter, not just kidding, not homeless shelter, it's some old folks' home. I want to be able to tell my grandchildren stories of my past. Maybe someone out there thinks that my story is worth sharing with others.
That's a great response, Blake. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And thank you for your questions, Roxanne. And now, for the first time on this journey, Blake and Roxanne, you will have the opportunity to be in each other's arms. How do you both feel about that? I see some smiles over here.
I'm a little nervous now.
Nervous?
Yeah.
Excited?
I'm excited. That's awesome.
Great.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a challenge. Watch this, watch this. Oh, see? That's what I was worried about. Are you all right?
A little blow to the head. No, it's fine.
And then, where are you?
We could be really daring and do like some flips and stuff, but...
Okay, yeah, but there's one more different.
There's a cement floor. Even though we're blindfolded, he kind of took control and he did well. I mean, it was kind of an awkward, kind of a difficult situation, and I thought he did really well.
From the sense that I got, she seems maybe a little bit taller than me. When I tried to turn her around, she hit my arm, so I just trying to think of the physics of that, and it seems like her head is a little higher level than I am.
Gentlemen, earlier you tried to and did a great job of letting your inhibitions go through dance. Now, you're going to try letting your inhibitions go through writing. We're going to look to the past and reflect upon that in a memoir. A memoir is actually a recounting of a specific time in a person's life. Today's writing challenge will be to write a mini memoir about something that has happened in your past. Think of something that has impacted you. It could be funny, it could be terrifying, it could be plain weird, but it has to be something that meant something to you. I'll remind you again, if you have any gifts, you could give them now, and don't forget to write your note. Good luck, suitors.
This one meant a lot. You know, this one took me back. I decided to write about the time when I'm sure we can all relate to that moment when you really meet that one woman, when you know, your mom said when you were a little boy that you'll know love when you see it. And 400 or 500 times in my life, I thought, oh, I love this girl. Oh, I love this girl. Oh, I love this girl. But really what I was thinking to myself was, I love this girl or someone just like her.
I am a very introspective person, and it comes very naturally for me to write in that style, which is probably, I'm guessing, which is probably why Roxanne sort of initially was just kind of like, wow, who's this dude?
After today's meeting, I felt real comfortable using that meeting as an inspiration to bring out that side of me that I think she's asking for.
They're like bearing their souls. It's like, who am I to make these decisions, you know? Like,
Now you'll notice the pile's a little hefty. That's because you have 8 letters instead of 6.
okay.
And the reason for that is because we've invited 2 suitors back.
Wow.
We've invited Wild and Whitman. So with that being said, you have 8 letters.
Okay.
And today you have 3 gifts.
Okay.
1 from Wild, 1 from Whitman.
Okay.
And you have 1 from Burns as well. But there is one thing.
What's that?
Today, you must eliminate not 1 suitor, not 2 suitors, but 3 suitors.
Wow.
How do you feel about that?
Pretty stressed. This one's from Wild, and he's writing neater this time, so I can read it. It's legible, and it's interesting because I did feel after I made the decision that perhaps I didn't really give him a fair shot.
You know, I'm laying on the line to give me a chance to get to know her, you know.
This is really something. I've never had anyone bake me cookies, and perhaps he could teach me because I'm not really great at baking, so that's awesome. Roxanne, I hope you will take the time to listen to each of these songs. For each one, it's like a key that can unlock a dimension of who I am, but listen with care because the most obvious impression is not always the right one.
There's no better way next to, you know, writing and expressing in person. There's no better way of really giving her a good idea of who I am than by allowing her to sort of hear what kind of songs that I like and what songs have meaning to me.
Oh, that's so great.
I decided to give Roxanne my gift today, which was a song I wrote for a girl. It was the first and only song I've actually written for someone in particular. There's no words to the song, it's just instrumental.
This is the CD that he apparently made of a song that he wrote for his first girlfriend. I can't wait to listen to it.
My anticipation caused me to toss and turn all night. It wasn't my best sleep. As I knew tomorrow, we ride.
It was a rainy day, and we, my friend and I, were tired. We had rested for hours waiting to proceed with our tour of Vatican City.
That afternoon, as I went about my business, a very special person walked into my store. Her voice sounded like angels singing. Her smile made me feel happy inside, happier than I'd been since I was a child, since before I'd seen the things I've seen and walked the road I'd walked. I felt no need to possess her or touch her or have sex with her, but I felt the most powerful need to love her.
It's very similar to a lot of experiences that I've gone through in my life, of not letting anyone in and not being open and not feeling deserving and then transforming.
Honesty, integrity, truth, grace, forgiveness, redemption. These are the most profound themes that have resonated in my life. The process of growth continues with each day and every new experience.
Like, how am I supposed to make these decisions? Like, they're like bearing their souls. It's like, who am I to make these decisions, you know? Like, I'm not saying he has to be perfect, because I know that my guy, he's gonna be, you know, all of those things, charismatic and positive and genuine and kind, and people are gonna be like, oh my God, like he's so great.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. As you know, we're all gathered here today to find out who Roxanne would like to stay on and who she's going to ask to leave. I'm going to ask Baudelaire to approach the table, along with Burns and Whitman. You may open your boxes and read your letters, and I would ask that the Dear John remain standing while the other two suitors make their way to the fireplace.
If I go tomorrow, it doesn't matter. There's no prize, there's no competition amongst us. Let's see what we can learn about ourselves, not that we're gonna manipulate some girl into falling for us, so.
Gentlemen, there were connections made, there were connections lost. Will the two suitors who have been asked by Roxanne to continue wooing her please step to the fireplace? Coleridge, Blake and Shelley, please approach the table, and I would ask that the suitors who've been asked to stay on join the others at the fireplace, and the Dear John please remain standing.
I'm trying to connect with and impress a girl that I had nothing about. I don't know what her dreams are, I don't know what her goals are, I don't know what her aspirations are. I don't know where she is in life and where she wants to be in life. I don't know if she's terribly interesting to me.
Will the Dear John please remain standing? The other suitors, you may join the other gentlemen at the fireplace. Now, it's down to you both. Wild, you've returned. Longfellow, you've lived another day. Let's see if you stay on past today. Gentlemen, approach the table.
As each member ends up leaving the group, the dynamic of the group falls. It crumbles, it's breaking, it's coming down.
I want to be all those things, and I want to find somebody who wants to be all those things too with me.
Roxanne had to eliminate 3 suitors, but she was given a last-minute reprieve to save one of them. Gentlemen, Longfellow, Wild, to the fireplace.
Longfellow, you know, I haven't sat beside yet, so I'd like to keep him around, and if he wins the next challenge, I want to put that out there, that that's meant to be, and I'm meant to kind of hear his voice.
Blake, Whitman, your journey ends here. I congratulate you both on your amazing efforts. You will now say goodbye to the suitors, then you will go to the Kicking Horse Mountain Resort, pack your things, and leave. Goodbye.
Dear John, when we were dancing, although you handled the situation well, unfortunately, I did not feel the chemistry. I can generally feel this right away with men, and I'm sorry I didn't feel that way with you.
She seemed to be a little taller than me, maybe, or the chemistry wasn't there. That's what she mentioned in her letter too, and I completely understand that. I mean, she's probably looking for something in particular. She might have had an idea in her mind of what Blake was like, just from the letters, and then to have that physical contact could have been the dagger for me.
Dear John, I'm a very open person and would love for someone to bring me different experience and perspectives, but there has to be that commonality that I can just sense, and unfortunately, I just don't sense that with you.
People can read you on different levels. How you present yourself to people in writing is as equally important as how you present yourself to them in person. For these guys to sit here and get way more emotional than they ever expected they would get coming on a show like this, now they're really starting to think about, let's not mess with this girl's head. And, you know, cheers to my boys for that.
My friends tease me and say, when God or Superman comes along, you just let us know. I'm not saying he has to be perfect. He's gonna have like mustard on his face, and his hair is gonna be like this, and he's gonna have his jacket like kind of to the side, and he's gonna have it be all crooked, and he's gonna be walking in the door, and he's gonna trip and fall. And I'm just gonna pick him up, and I'm gonna say, like, I love you anyway. You're silly, you're quirky, you make me laugh, you make me smile, and yet he's a fighter, and he's kind of everything I aspire to be. So when I talk about that I'm looking for someone who reflects who I am, I want to be all those things, and I want to find somebody who wants to be all those things too with me.
Next time on The Letters, rediscovering the art of courtship. The suitors toast Roxanne in a challenge to create a cocktail in her honor. Then things get steamy as the suitors serve up some sizzling prose.
No, I didn't. A night of aerobic sex was not in the cards tonight.
Will Roxanne stay cool enough to send one of them home?